Cancer, we are doing your July prediction. So let's just get right into this. And Pisces was very interesting. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see what's going on with you. And sometimes, in the bundle of signs, there's similar themes. I'm kind of nervous. Okay, spiritual awakening. That's what we got going on with you. Waking up to your purpose. That has a judgment feel to it. All right, let's see what else we have for you, Cancer. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. All right, oops, okay. 4 cuts there. Aha, Teresh, she who is present. Now, awareness and acceptance. Yeah, those kind of feel very similar. There's not very many gray cards in that deck, and we do see that kind of here in there. I'm always pulling in on those colors. So yeah, very present moment. Being very aware of what is on your mind at any moment. That's what I'm feeling here initially. All right, this one. Oh, that's weird. This came out for Pisces. So we have be with the ones who make you shine, who love you and really care. Keep those and let the others go. Yep, that's what we had. So we're doing 4 of the tea leaf. Not sure why. We're going to do 4. And we're not going to be looking at recent past. This is all just July energy here. All right. And let's get one more. Oh, yeah. I'm still just kind of reeling from that Pisces reading. It was so dramatic. It was exciting. Okay. Let's look at some of these things that are coming towards Cancer in July. All right, Cancer in July. Which, happy birthday, Cancers. Okay, okay, there you are. You're the first card to come out. That's pretty amazing. Queen of Cups. We have the World, Capricorn, and Page of Pentacles. It's like finishing something here, starting something new, could be. All right, let's see what is crossing this energy. Oh, that's sweet. The 10 of Cups. We like that. All right. Oh, the Tower. Okay, yeah, something is happening there. And the Devil. Okay, that has been... Okay, why is the Devil card coming out so much? I've noticed that with other tarot readers, that the Tower and the Devil. What is going on with that energy? All right, so I think for the most part, Cancer, we have you showing up here as yourself, the Queen of Cups, emotionally mature, and you're being crossed by this 10 of Cups, happy family. Now, it is triumph after difficulty. There could have been some difficulty in your past, but it looks like everything is just kind of good right now, or at least was. We have some other interesting energies going on here. Okay. Now, it's not that this comes first and this and this. We have to kind of look at it as a whole. And so there's some kind of monumental changes, transitions coming in July. We have this card of the World. It's completion. It's the last card in the tarot. It's saying you're done with something, moving on to something else. It feels like this completion here, it happens rather abruptly, quickly, maybe out of the blue. Something is, there's some kind of culmination happening here. It's a universal energy. That's why we have these universe cards. Once these things are set in motion, there's really no stopping it. Have you ever seen those fail army videos where Oh, people do not put on the parking brake of their vehicles, and then they get under them and they start moving and things, and then it just starts to roll over them. Once this is set in motion, there it goes. Once this thing starts to crumble. So there is an element here of foundations with this tower card I'm hearing. If the foundation isn't strong, it will eventually crumble. It has to be. So there could be some kind of rebuilding happening here. This portal that you're going through, this ending, it could be very transformative here, making you stronger, you know. But there is an element here of something shaking you up, you know, because to build a new tower, you have to take down the old one. And for me, like the tower, it could represent so many different areas of your life. It could be an internal thing, it could be external. It's hard to say. Hmm. So we have the Page of Pentacles, which kind of makes sense. If you are completing something here with the World card, rather abruptly, maybe, I don't know, something is finishing quickly. Maybe finishing more quickly than you expected. I don't know. That's kind of a weird energy, but there it is. There is a newness here with the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles is very studious. All the pages are curious. They represent all of their suit, and so you're wanting to learn more about something. You're protecting this pentacle here, this idea, because she's very much a earth protector, this type of energy, protecting this idea. And they're being crossed by the devil. I don't particularly like that. There aren't any other negative cards here, but this is just saying beware of any kind of, like, she's about to go on a mission, right? She's stepping out, she's new, kind of almost like the full energy, just starting the journey. That's what we're seeing here. But this is saying be careful of temptations, of getting sidetracked, of becoming too materialistic, toxic behaviors or toxic people. We don't want you necessarily going towards this energy, but it is coming across here in some way. And so I think it's just you want to stay focused on your goals right now and just be wary of either idle hands, maybe not doing enough, because you know what they say, idle hands is the devil's workshop, you know. So do be careful with that energy as well. And it could just mean that you're meeting a Capricorn. It doesn't always have to. We'll see what else comes out for this month. Let's see what else is going on for Cancer. Because it's not, I mean, that's a card of Capricorn. It does have some of the, can have negative connotations, but you could not, Capricorns are not devils. You know what I'm saying? So, Two of Swords, Three of Swords, and the Hermit. Virgo energy. All right, let's see what's crossing this. Ah, Queen of Swords. Okay, that's that's good. That's some Libra energy. Ooh, okay. There's that Ace of Pentacles we were talking about. And let's see what's crossing the Hermit. Oh, Five of Pentacles. Okay. So you have this card of indecision here, and it's a limited way of thinking. It's she's not able to see everything that's around her because she's only focused on a couple of options. And this happens to me sometimes. If I get fixated on how I feel something should go or how something should be, I'm kind of blocking myself. I'm blindfolding myself to other options. Case in point, I was wanting my landlord to install a outlet for a generator. because I'm thinking, okay, the best, how do you hook up a generator? Nobody really ever, it's like, I want to get one for power outages. And I'm like, I need an outlet to plug it into the house. And depending on what type of outlet and what you do, it costs money. It can get rather expensive to have something like that hooked up. And the lady at the office said, well, you could just get a generator, and then they have extension cords with the multiple plugins. You can just plug in what you need. You don't actually need the outlet for the house. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea, because they didn't want to put in the outlet. But I was so fixated on having that having it plug into the house that I wasn't able to see there are other options. So if you find yourself in a situation where you're thinking that your options are limited, they're not. Okay. You might need to ask someone else for other options, or just get a different opinion. You know, there's also this element here, because we have the moon and the blindfold, of trusting your intuition. And that's always a good idea. But I think, if you come across something where you're having trouble deciding, maybe Google it, or just ask someone that you trust, you know, what other options, what am I missing? Do ask, what am I missing? Because especially if you don't like either choice here, there's got to be something else. You know what I'm saying? But the indecision being crossed by the Queen of Swords is really good, because she's got clarity. She can see the big picture of things, and she's open. That's the thing. She's not closed off to incoming offers or incoming ideas. She knows she doesn't have to accept them. She can cut anything right out. So this is also saying to be open with information as it's coming in. You don't have to take it. Obviously, you don't have to take people's advice, but just be open to it, okay? We have the Three of Swords being crossed by the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a card basically of healing, of learning from the past. And the Queen of Swords, this is the Three of Swords is a card of Libra, and that's a card of Libra. So she's been through all this. You've been through all this, and your past is definitely going to affect your decisions going forward. Okay. Definitely going to affect your decisions. So your healing is very important this month. Healing and trying to understand and learning the lessons, because that's what these swords are. They are lessons. They have pierced you, and we just don't want those lessons to cause you pain. We want it to make you wiser. And so there's something coming in. This Ace of Pentacles, this opportunity is coming in. The opportunity, like what I say about the aces, is the opportunity of the aces are around us all the time. You just have to be open to seeing it. And to be open to seeing it, you have to heal. But it's right here, right in front of you. You're just not seeing it just like that. So I think that's what that is about, this opportunity that you're not seeing. You're just not looking at it in the right way. It's there. It's like right in your face. It really, that yellow, I'm being drawn to that spiritual awakening, that aha moment. So I find this really interesting, because look at, these are two different cards, but if you look at this face and you look at that one, they almost look the same. I get a feeling of coming out of the cold here. This Five of Pentacles, I feel, is that the feeling within you. I think I just burped for some reason. Oh my God. That is so weird. Excuse me. So we have the Hermit. It was like a throat burp, a throat. I don't know what you call that. I was just talking. You ever do that? Especially if you have a root beer and you're talking and a burp comes out and it's like, burr, burr, burr. Okay. Anyway, so the Hermit, sorry. The Hermit is deep introspection. The Hermit is getting in alignment with your soul purpose. That's a time turner, but it's, a lantern. It's your guiding light. It's right there. It's a spiritual awakening. Okay. You're going to have an aha moment here, is what I'm feeling. We don't have the Ace of Swords, but she's holding it. So there you go. You're coming out of like a self-imposed coldness. you know? Um, I think maybe the reason why you might go into this hermit mode is because of this Five of Pentacles. It's feeling like things aren't going your way. I'll just say that. It feels like things just aren't going your way, you know? But the key to the Five of Pentacles, it's not focus on your weakness or, you know, you see these sick and frail people here. It's focusing on what your skills, your talents, what you do best, and that's what that is. So don't let this energy stop you. Okay? You've got to come out of this cold. I feel like that's self-imposed right there for some reason for some of you. And that Five of Pentacles energy of thinking that you don't it's a card of lack. It's thinking you don't have enough knowledge, you don't have enough opportunity, you know, that sort of thing. But you do. You're just not seeing it because of that energy right there. You know, I'm I think I'm pretty motivational. I have put a lot of energy into people, trying to motivate them, trying to do things for, you know, to help them become more, to achieve more. And the problem is that there are some people who like that kind of attention, and they'll feed on it and they'll just suck me dry, but then they never do anything with it. Or, you know, I helped someone one time many years ago who wanted to go back to college. I think I filled out their financial aid papers for them. I encouraged them. I did so much for them so that they could get back into school. And then they did start, and I was really proud of them, but then they quit like the first semester. It was too hard. I was like, you got to be kidding me. What do you mean it's too hard? You read the book, you take the test. You know, I was just like, okay, I'm done. I'm not, I can't live your life for you. You know what I'm saying? So there's a limit. All right. Seven of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Four of Swords. Okay. It's going to be an interesting month for water signs, let me tell you. All right. Let's see what's crossing this. Yeah, but if you know people like that, there's really nothing you can do for them. They're just kind of emotional vampires. Let me move this down just a little bit. There we go. Boom. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Seven of Cups. And up Justice. Came out in the same place for Pisces. I kid you not. I kid you not. Wow. Okay. So we do see you putting your effort and energy into something here. That's good. We see the Seven of Pentacles. This is good Taurus energy. It's fixed, it's stable. You know, this is analysis. This is a little bit different energy from some of this other stuff. This is saying that you've been working hard on something. It hasn't really come to fruition just yet. It's growing. And you're looking at it thinking, okay, do I need to tweak anything? Do I need to do something here? Do I need to cut back here, add more there? You know, so there's analysis going on here. And I feel like, you know, you are doing a good job balancing your resources. I feel a very positive energy here with this last row. I really do. I feel like there's a lot more focus here. This kind of feels a little scattered and unsure, you know, but this down here, this feels not scattered. This feels deliberate, purposeful, you know. I really like this energy. This is balance. And we see balance right here. You know, this is you figuring out where you want to put your resources, your time, effort, energy, money. I'm feeling a very dreamy quality here with the Page of Cups and the Seven of Cups. This cup here that the page is holding, because the page represents all the water signs here, and that is the Ace of Cups. It could be this dream, you know, heart's desire kind of thing, you know, and This is the first steps. It's taking some steps towards fulfilling a dream. Okay. And we have that dreaming quality here with that Seven of Cups as well. I think you're starting to realize that the options really are everywhere. They really are. The universe provides a buffet of options for us to choose. Are some of them bad? Yeah. Are some of them good? Yeah. you know, and since we have the Queen of Swords here, I think you're going to see through the illusion, because we have the Seven of Cups can be about illusions and fantasies and things like that. But I think you're being more practical here with your hopes and dreams, because we do have that with the Hermit card too. I think you're really looking at it. You're taking a very keen eye at these options and figuring out what you want. What do you want? And we have the Four Swords and Justice. Rest, peace, you know, the Three Swords here are what's up here. So if the Three of Swords is forgiveness and learning a lesson, the Four Swords is really kind of being at peace and resting from, possibly something that was, could have been traumatic in some way. But there is a period of time coming where you can relax, you know? And I think this has to do with karma here. The Justice card, it's saying, we got a lot of Libra here. Again, that the actions that you put towards, acceptance of being in the now moment, of being around people that support you and love you, it's going to affect what comes towards you, because that's what this is. Law, that's law and order, cause and effect, So you're putting yourself on a path of being restful, of being in a good place. You know what I'm saying? So I like this. Justice coming through, if you want to see it in that way. Let's look at the bonus cards. We have fire. Like Dylan Hollis says, it's so funny. The element of fire heralds new life, renewed passion, and positive transformation, like a phoenix. We have dragonfly. Look at that. I've been seeing a lot of dragonflies lately, and I love them. They're such a neat insect because they can stay, I think it's called a nymph, underwater for like 17 years. But as soon as they decide when to pop, when to come out and become a dragonfly, then they only got a couple of weeks. Isn't that Mother Nature is bizarre but wonderful. We have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. We have renew here and new there. All right, let's see. Fire! Oh, look at that. Okay, you saw me draw these randomly. So when these cards combine and they have the same words, you know it's a message, right, for you? So we have fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Careful with the hate one there. Older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. It could be me. All right, so we have beetle. Ooh, just talking about insects. Good fortune. I love that. Lately, we've been having these little beetles around here. Oh, they are gorgeous. They have that shimmery green and like orange. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. Ooh, star. You have it here with the hermit. Guaranteed success. Guaranteed. When you follow your hopes and dreams, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, okay, Cancer, this looks good to me as a whole. Okay, let me know what you think. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.